Hello, Beth.
Hi.
My name is Dr. Fritz, and I'm going to be the speech language pathologist on your guys' team during this difficult time. I just had a couple questions to go over with you. First, I'm going to talk to Beth about these questions, and then I'm going to consult with you. What is your name and date of birth?
Beth Lawson. 210.
Beautiful, thank you. When did these problems first start?
Car accident.
Car accident, yes. Alright. And how has your communication changed with your mom since the accident? Are you having any trouble?
You tell.
Yes, so she has been having difficulty expressing herself. Oftentimes when she wants a particular item, she's able to shout it out, but typically it's a little bit slower than what she normally was able to come up with.
Okay. Do you feel you experience these troubles too? Yeah, are you having a lot of difficulty getting the words out?
Yes.
What you want to say?
Yes.
What was Beth's life like before the accident? I'm going to talk to your mom a little bit about these questions and I'll come back to you.
Okay. She was a lovely girl, still is. I love my daughter to death. She was very outgoing, did really well in school, would always be that first person to answer questions. She was the class clown.
No.
Alright. Did you have any difficulties prior to this accident that you felt like in school?
No.
Okay. And what do you think?
Not too much. When she was younger, she had speech language pathology services or speech therapy services. It was an articulation problem, so we were told.
Okay. During the day, when do you feel best? Do you feel best in the morning?
No.
At night?
No.
Middle of the day? That's your best time? Do you find it difficult to pay attention since the accident?
Yes.
Yes. Have you noticed any changes?
Definitely, especially with her injury at this time, it's hard for her to focus on certain things just visually. She runs into a lot of things.
Do you have any goals that you want to work on? Like, is there anything you are looking for?
I miss talking.
Talking. Do you have any goals for her personally?
Talking. I would like her to be able to tell me and express what she needs.
Okay.
And definitely get her back in school as well, because she has been applying for different colleges, and I would like to see her to continue with that as soon as possible.
Well, my goal is to try and help you get back to that level, because I know since you are so young that you have the capabilities to regrow those brain networks from the accident and what happened, and we'll talk more about that later and what I can do for you. Well, it was nice talking to you. Thank you for this interview, and I'll talk with you soon.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Liv. Alright, today I have in front of you a little activity that we're going to do together. Some of these might be a little tough, and that is a-okay. I just want you to do your best job on what you can do, okay? I'm going to give you some directions, and I'm going to start right over here, Beth. Right in this area. Alright, so here's your pen. Please draw a line going from a number to a letter in ascending order. Begin here and draw a line from 1 to A, then to 2, and so on, and end at point E. I can see a lot of effort you put in that. Great effort. Thanks. Alright, on the next section right here next to that, I'm going to have you copy this cube exactly as you see it. Good job with that. Alright, in this box here, I want you to draw a clock and put all the numbers in, and then label it 10 past 11. You must have been an artist in the past.
No.
Oh, well, your drawings are very good.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Tell me the name of this animal.
Rhinoceros.
Good. Tell me the name of this animal.
Rhinoceros.
Good. Tell me the name of this animal.
Camel.
Beautiful. Okay. When I'm through, tell me as many words as you can remember. It doesn't matter in what order you say them. Hi Ajo, welcome back. So I wanted to talk with you a little bit because I just tested Beth on some cognitive functioning that's going on, and I want to keep you in the loop and informed in what's going on. I am going to show you this. This here is a formal assessment that tests cognitive ability, kind of to see where she is at and performing.
What is cognitive ability?
Cognitive ability is just really how your brain is working. It incorporates attention, so how well you're focusing on this stuff. A little bit of problem solving. So like here we have counting backwards from 100 by 7s.
I can do that.
That one's a little bit of a tough one, but things like that, and some reasoning, a little bit of memory. So like here I gave her 5 words to repeat back to me in the moment, and then we went over it later. So cognition is just really how your brain is working as a whole to go through a sheet like this. And based on her score, she got an 8 out of 30, which is equivalent to a severe cognitive impairment.
Okay.
Now this sounds pretty bad, but this is just right now. She is still young. She is 18. She's eligible for services based on this right here.
Okay.
And as she's 18 and just had this accident, she's 2 weeks out. So now she's at the pivotal point where we can really start making some progress.
Okay.
Her brain is pretty plastic, which means it's really moldable at this point.
Okay.
And from the accident, in your brain you have a lot of networks. I kind of think of them like train tracks that connect so that the train can go from one place to the other side of the brain. You're seeing a lot of connections happen. And when you go through a trauma like that, some of those kind of separate. So your train tracks are just slightly off and things are not quite connected.
Okay.
But working alongside me, both you and Beth working with me, we can work to shift those back together and make those connections work again.
Okay.
So then she's able to better express herself. And based off this, I saw some attention issues, which is pretty normal in this type of situation.
Okay.
So we can really address those. And memory wasn't too far off, but that is also something we want to work on. Working alongside each other, I really just want to make sure she's functional in life so that she can go to school. Like you said, you really want her to apply to college, and I want to make sure she's at her most functional capabilities to be able to do that. Hello, Beth. Nice of you to join us here. So I was just talking with your mom a little bit on what I'm here for and what we're going to do all together. So based on that little activity that I had with you, I was seeing some struggles. I don't know, did you feel any of those struggles as we were going through?
It's hard.
I know you mentioned there are some that were really difficult in there. And my goal is to work with you and work with your mom to make that not as big of a struggle so that you can go to school and go back to how you were in school, and to make sure that you can express yourself, that you can focus on things. I'm going to need your participation in this as well as your mom's, and we're going to all work together. We're going to do activities here. I'm going to send activities home for you to work on. And do you have any questions for me or about this process?
How long?
That really depends on you a little bit here. My hope is that in 6 months to a year, we're getting you back on your feet to where you were before the accident. I can't formally make that statement until we get through a couple sessions to see how you're progressing through them. But I'm going to try my best to work my hardest to make sure it's efficient treatment and timely treatment.
Will I learn to drive again?
We can work on that. We can make sure that's a goal. First, we need to work on some things before we get
You
there.
are not getting your keys back.
That's a little bit up to your mother as well, but there's some steps we need to take.
Oh, are we still going now? Can we leave?
Yes. You guys are free to go now. I will give you a call about when I'm going to see you guys next. Thank you so much for coming in.